When I was 14, I lived in a town in Florida not far from the beach, and my best friend was Sarah. One warm and breezy evening, Sarah and I decided to take a stroll along the moonlit beach. The sound of the crashing waves always had a calming effect on us, and exploring the beach was one of our favorite pastimes. We were just two typical teenage girls, looking for adventure in a sleepy coastal town where not much ever happened. Eventually we got to the beach, walking hand in hand, and laughter echoed out into the night. We'd spent countless summer nights like this, sharing secrets, talking about our dreams, enjoying each other's company, typical teenager girl stuff. But this one particular night turned out to be different. We must have been on the beach for about 30 minutes when Sarah stopped and pointed to a shape half buried in the sand. "Hey, do you see that?" she said. I squinted in the direction she was pointing, but I didn't see anything. Sarah directed me to where she saw the shape and we both walked over. When we realized what it was, our hearts froze. There, half buried in the wet sand, lay a human hand. Somehow we knew it wasn't like a costume or anything. It was an actual human hand. I'm sure we each felt a mixture of dread and disbelief. A moment later we noticed the rest of the corpse, the face obscured by seaweed and sand. It was a gruesome sight, one that sent our screams echoing into the night. The sense of horror we felt was overwhelming, and we stumbled backwards, tripping over our own feet. I was about to start taking off running back down the beach, but then Sarah stopped again. This time I noticed what she was looking at more quickly. There was another black object, only this time it was standing up and moving towards us. It was a man, and he was about 50 feet away. 2 seconds later, Sarah broke out of her freeze, and I and her both ran all the way home. It took us about 10 minutes to get back off the beach and run through the streets of our neighborhood. And when we reached my house, we were thoroughly out of breath. I unlocked our door with a key and let us both in, and then just stood there with Sarah, thinking about what we had just seen. Neither mine or Sarah's parents were home at the time, and we'd frequently hang out at my house, so this wasn't unusual. But of course, given the circumstances, we were extremely messed up. To this day, I'm still not sure why, but we decided not to tell either of our parents. I guess in the moment we were too shocked and horrified, and after a couple days went by, we became embarrassed as well. Another thought I had was that maybe we could somehow get blamed for the corpse. The more time that goes by, the worse I regret that decision. Neither Sarah nor I ever figured out who that man was that we saw on the beach right after the corpse. In the heat of the moment, I think we both thought that he was connected to the corpse, but I really have no idea. I also don't know if he chased after us, because we never looked back. Ultimately, this is just the most terrifying moment of my childhood, and if the family of that person is still out there, I'm sorry for your loss.